Tongans well off the mark in historic Rugby League World Cup quarter-final win over unlucky Lebanon. Kai Schworer. The Tongans celebrate Tuimawala Lolohe's opening try. The Tonga Prime Minister may have proclaimed it the kingdom's greatest sporting moment as the mate MAA marched to the Rugby League World Cup semi-final, but coach Christian Wolff reckoned it felt like a losing dressing shed. Tonga, who failed to score a second-half try after 4 in the first spell, snuck in 24-22 in Saturday's quarter-final in Christchurch, leaving Lebanon captain Robbie Farah gutted after the Cedars' $12 outsiders almost pulled off the upset of the tournament. Wolff said about 5 different people had told him that Tonga Prime Minister Akalisi Pahiva, who flew to Christchurch after winning a mid-week election, had pronounced to people in a corporate box that it's the greatest moment in Tonga's sporting history. Kai Schworer. Abbas Miski of Lebanon dives over to score a try against Tonga, while Wolff said winning their first World Cup quarter-final was a massive achievement. Tonga were obviously a long way off our best. Read more. Wolff once more for Pacific teams. Farah backs Fittler for Origin. Kiwis have to deliver against Fiji. Tonga fan welcome banned. League star reflects on criminal past. It was always going to be a hard game to get up for, no matter who we played, he said, noting the Tongans' emotional wins against Samoa and New Zealand, which had been quite draining. Kai Schworer. Tuimawala Lolohe dives over for Tonga's first try in the Rugby League World Cup quarter-final against Lebanon in Christchurch. Wolff said it almost feels like a losing dressing shed, despite the joy at making the semi-finals. For the first time, our blokes all realize we were well of the mark. Quote, but he vowed there would be no drama getting the players up for next Saturday's semi-final against either England or Papua New Guinea in Auckland. I don't know what Mount Smart Stadium holds, but it must be 25-30. I reckon there's going to be 25-30. Tongans there. And that's going to feed some energy into the boys. Quote, credit for Tonga's struggles should go to a spirited Lebanon side, led around the park by Farah and the outstanding Mitchell Moses. Farah said Lebanon's belief coming into the game was massive. We really gave ourselves a crack, even though no one else did. It was like they only had to show up. Tonga were talking about winning the World Cup and playing England next week in the semi-final. We knew after the high against New Zealand last week that they were there for the taking. Quote, the Lebanese camp seemed disappointed at the match officials' decision to rule out an early second half try to center Adam Doahi due to obstruction. Wolff thought, that's a shepherd every day, saying Udkamatae was clearly prevented from getting to the ball carrier. But Tongan fullback William Hopoate, the last line of defense, was nervous as he watched the video screen, saying later he felt it was a 50-50 call. Farah said, everyone else can form their opinion on it, but they are playing the soft game if that's obstruction. That's all I'll say. It's an easy option. Quote, Lebanon coach Brad Fittler had quipped beforehand that his side was full of builders, plumbers and cafe owners. Unfazed, the Cedars part-timers stood up against their vaunted Tongan opposites, led by the NRL's $10 million Jason Taumalolo, the overwhelming crowd favorite. Parramatta skipper Tim Mana and West Tigers rookie Alex Twal gave Lebanon some vital go-forward. Up the middle, Bulldogs hooker Michael Aicha defended like his life depended on it, making 43 tackles with Mana on 41 and Twal on 40. But Moses was the outstanding player on the park. The Parramatta Eels playmaker ran for 100 meters, made 2 of Lebanon's 4 line breaks, and his kicking game was peerless, an area Tonga couldn't match. There were more red flags in the Addington Arena, the spiritual home of Canterbury Rugby League, than for a Crusaders final, and the Tongan tumult was much noisier with just 8,309 in the ground. Hitler had exhorted all 59 Lebanese people listed in the last Christchurch census to cheer the Cedars. But there was only a couple of green and white ensigns. Tonga's Coc Wataukiaho, who had been nursing a knee strain, was ruled out and replaced in the starting side by Joe Ofahangau from the Brisbane Broncos. But Wolf expected him to be fit for the semi-final. Riding the red wave, Tonga scored 4 first-half tries, including a brace to David Fusichawa, who took his tally to 5 in 2 games after his Kiwis hat-trick. But Lebanon struck back with tries to teenage centre Doe Ahi, James Elias and wing Abbas Miski, who completed a double in the second half, with Moses, who had butchered an earlier chance by running into a tackle handover, proving the creator yet again. Tonga's sole second-half score was a penalty goal to Atahangano. At a glance, Tonga 24, David Fusichawa 2, Tui Moala Lolahe, William Papo 8 tries, Atahangano 4 goals, Lebanon 22, Abbas Miski 2, Adam Doahi, James Elias tries, Mitchell Moses 3 goals, HT 22-16, crowd 8,309. Stuff.